either your morning or command your day. You speak words, and your words are your servants. They go ahead of you, and they go to prepare things for you. So this is the day that the Lord has made. It's a beautiful day. It's a day that we are going to meet the right kind of people, destiny shapers, destiny helpers. We're going to meet people who we are going to minister to. We are going to impact them in a positive way, and they are going to also impact us in a positive way. And we are also going to meet people who are probably not very pleasant, but you know what? They are also being sent our way so that we can learn how to put forth the fruit of the Spirit, because we know what happens. Our faith is going to grow as we interact with all kinds of things and circumstances. But remember this, after all is said and done, that you're seated with Christ in the heavenly places, far above principalities and powers. And that simply means that you are ruling your circumstances today. Ain't that beautiful? Now we're going to start off with something that happened. Now, we're going to start off with some interesting stuff that happened. Following former President Uhuru Kenyatta's remarks urging Gen Zs to rise and fight for their rights, President William Ruto has finally broken his silence on the issue. Speaking during an interdenominational prayer service at Cheptais High School in Bungoma County on Sunday, the president, in a thinly veiled response, indirectly dismissed Uhuru's calls to the youth, terming them as insightful. According to Ruto, young Kenyans should not be pitted against each other, emphasizing that what they need instead are job opportunities to keep them engaged. The head of state further stated that leaders should rise to the challenge of encouraging young people to engage in meaningful economic activities instead of inciting them.
Jukumu kwa watoto wetu. Musikubali watoto wetu wapotee. Musikubali hawa watoto wetu tunawapenda. Muwaite majina mnataka, muwaite Gen Z. These are our children, and we are responsible for them. Our young people, they deserve the best from us. Kama wazazi, kama serikali, kama viongozi, tusiwapiganishe watoto wetu. These young people of Kenya, they don't need violence. They don't need confrontation. They want opportunities. They want jobs. They want opportunity to engage in business. That is what we should be doing as leaders, instead of inciting them to violence, to destruction, and many things that will not solve their problem and will not solve the problem of our country. Kwa hivyo, mimi nawauliza vijana wa Mount Elgon, kuna nafasi pale kwa ICT Hub, kuna nafasi pale kwa soko, kuna nafasi katika mpango yetu ya housing, kuna nafasi katika County Aggregation and Industrial Park, kuna nafasi ya labor migration. Jipange na hizo nafasi, na ndio maisha yako itasonga mbele. That is what we must do.
A number of members of parliament who had accompanied the president also added their voice on the issue.
Nataka kuambia hivi kupitia kwa Biblia. Mithali 6 kuanzia mstari wa 16 kwenda 19. Mambo ambayo yanachukiza Mungu. Alisema ni 6, lakini akaongeza ya 7, ya kwamba hata vitina inachukiza Mungu. Na ukiwa mtu wa vitina, ujue wewe na Mungu hamuandani njia moja. Kwa hivyo nataka kusema hivi. Rais mstaafu alifanya yake, tukampatia nafasi yake, akamaliza. It cannot be business as usual. Wewe ukishastaafu, kaa nyumbani, ukae uone vitu zikiundwa. And I'm not backing him. I'm saying that is the position. Nataka wa Kenya wote mahali mulipo mjue kwamba hii Kenya ni ya sisi wote.
Kwa wale ambaye maybe walikuwa uongozini na hawakutosheka, mimi naungana na Tani Wanyama, mheshimiwa chairman wa UDA, kusema ya kwamba former president kuambia vijana wetu warudi kwa street kupigana na serikali, hiyo ni makosa na ni heshima kubwa kwake yule ambaye alikuwa rais wa nchi hii. Na hiyo ni wivu, kwa vile wakati yake watu wa Kenya hawakufanya hivyo. Na nchi hii wakati itapata shida, hata yeye, hata kama ako na mali nyingi, yeye pia atakuwamo ndani hapa. Si ati atahepa. Hapana. Unless ahepe mapema kabla maneno haijakuwa mbaya. Na tukimuona hatutaruhusu aende. Lazima apaki yeye pia asikie hiyo maumivu ambaye anachochea vijana kufanya. Na naambia vijana wetu, msijaribu wa Kenya wote vijana kufata maneno ambaye former rais aliongelea juzi.
You know, during the weekend, during a memorial service of a family member, the retired President Uhuru Kenyatta called on Gen Zs to fight for their rights and not allow anyone to walk all over them.
Shida ya watu siku hizi, everybody sijui mumeogopeshwa, sijui even you naona rudi uingie hii majenzi, nyinyi ndio the story of the future. Fight for your rights bwana, sio kukakaa hapo mambo mali yenu ichukuliwe na nini, mumeitolea jasho. Msikubali, pambaneni, muhakikishe mumepata haki yenu. Mnasikia nyinyi? Sio kukaa hapo tu, kuna kitu inadumu. But everything is worth a fight for. If you don't fight for it, ikienda mtu asilie. Msimame mupiganie haki yenu. Na mko na hawa watoto wamebaki ambao wako tayari kupigania haki yao. Waungane pamoja nanyi. Can't just stand there and let people take your hard-earned sweat. Dunia iendi namna hiyo. Muwe watu ambao hawataogopa, wataishi kama my friend. Ameenda detention, si alitoka na akaendelea na maisha. Hata nyinyi teteeni haki zenu. Sio kukaa tu munaogopa. Kuogopa sasa ni sisi tutulie sisi. Ninyi ndio mko na nguvu ya kupambana na hii watu. But we are behind you. Muendelee namna hiyo.
So that's the statement that has gotten both the president and his supporters very ticked off. They've been basically extremely mad at what the former president said. But it's right. As in, people have to fight for their rights. It's come down to that. You have to fight for your rights. Either you do that, and not just with the government, with all individuals. You got to fight for your rights. Otherwise, people will walk all over you. Now, former Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua has revealed that President William Ruto showed his true intentions when he decided to short-circuit the selection of people from the region for the Yala Parliament. Gachagua claims that the president was not honest and that he had planned from the very beginning to play underhand games with the people from Mount Kenya. The former Deputy President promised the people from the region that he will lead them to the government come 2027.
Mimi nilijua rais ameanza kutupangia kama watu ya mlima siku tulikuwa na uchaguzi wa Yala. Ndio nilijua ameanza kutupangia. Sisi tukaenda pale Ikulu tuchague ile watu ambaye wataenda kusimamia Kenya kwanza katika Arusha. Kufika pale tukasikizana. Watu wetu wa Mount Kenya wakapigia mtu yake mama moja kutoka Rift Valley anaitwa Zipora Kering. Tukapiga kura tukapiga. Lakini rais ameambia watu yake kutoka Rift Valley, ikifika hii msipigie mtu ya mlima. Sasa nikamuuliza rais, itakuwaje katika viti 5 ya Kenya Kwanza katika bunge ya Yala ati Mlima Kenya haitakuwa na mtu hata moja na sisi ndio tulikupatia kura 47%. Akasema so si wabunge wamepiga kura. Sasa kama watu wameamua, sasa sisi hatuwezi pidua, na yeye ndiye mwenye kupanga. Nikamwambia hapa umetuchenga rais, this is not right, this is being deceptive. Hawa wabunge nikawaita ofisi yangu, nikamwambia hapa rais ametuchezea na tumemchagua juzi, ameanza ukora ya kutupangia kama jamii. Ndio nikaambia wabunge muende huko bunge mupidue hiyo uchaguzi, mchague Maina Karovia. Hata hii Kanini Kega alikuwa anaitwa Kanini Koru that time. Nikamwambia hii Kanini Negaito. Watu wangu wa UDA walienda wakachagua Kanini Kega, tukachaguliwa viti 2. Hapo ndio nilianza kujua huyu rais alitutumia kama jamii. Alitutumia kama jamii tumpitishe. Kufika pale akatugeuka. Ndio naona hapa hakuna barabara, hakuna maji, hakuna stima, hakuna chochote ametufanyia katika hii Mlima Kenya. Sasa tuko 2.5 years. Mimi makosa ile kubwa ni yangu. Kwa sababu mimi ndio niliambia jamii huyu Ruto ni mtu mzuri. Watu walikuwa na wasiwasi. Wanasema si mtu anaweza kugeuka sisi kama Moi. Nikasema hapana. Hii mtu ni ako na ameokoka. Ako na Biblia. Sasa lakini hata kama mimi rais alinidanganya, si pia alidanganya mabishop.
You know, I made a promise to myself. I don't trust politicians. They're all the same. They're cut from the same cloth. And even if the former deputy president gets himself into the presidency seat, he will be a very different person. I mean, never trust politicians. They're all using the same words. It's like when you were trying to get your wife, you use words to get her into your heart, to get into her heart, and then, you know, you would take her to all places in the world. Like Moi would say, the late President Daniel Arap Moi would say, you know, a person writes letters and says, I'll cross the oceans to come, and I'll even take a bullet, I'll take a grenade for you, and then you can't go because it's raining. So that's politicians for you. Now, residents of Elbagon Town, Molo constituency in Nakuru County, on Sunday stormed Elbagon police station following the murder of activist Richard Otieno, alias Molo President. Otieno was attacked and killed by unknown assailants on Saturday night as he headed home just 200 meters from the Elbagon police station. Angry residents who disrupted business activities in the area Sunday morning demanded answers from the police. Otieno has been a harsh critic of the government and the area MP Kimani Kuria for failing to deliver on the promises made during the campaigns. The deceased, who vied for Elbagon MCA seat back in 2022 and lost, was among those who were arrested during the Gen Z protests in Molo for allegedly leading protests in the area.
Pokea ujumbe hivi asubuhi kwamba alimepoteza uhai wake kutokana na kushambuliwa na majambazi ama watu ambao hawajajulikana, wakampiga choka ya nyuma ya kichwa na akaweza kuaga.
Amekuwa ni kijana mkakamavu na ambaye amekuwa katika mstari wa mbele kuweza kusema yale mambo mabaya ambayo yanafanywa kwenye taifa la Kenya, na pia amekuwa akiongea kuhusu mambo ya abduction ambayo imekuwa ikifanyika katika nchi ya Kenya, na amekuwa akikashifu kwa uchungu mwingi kabisa.
Alikuwa mmoja ambaye alikuwa ameakusiwa kupanga maandamano ya kuharibu kwa mbunge wetu hapa Molo. So kutoka hiyo time amekuwa threatened, amekuwa akishare screenshots za threats kwa social media. Tunataka tu haki itendeke. Yule ambaye amefanya kitendo hicho ikuwe ya mwisho.
Hakuna mtu yeyote, whether tunakubaliana naye kisiasa au la, ambaye anafaa kukufa kinyama kama jinsi ambavyo imefanyika. So naomba uchunguzi ufanywe, na sisi kama wananchi wa Molo ni wakumbushi, Maneno kama haya tunajua mahali ambapo yametupeleka. Wananchi, tuweke amani.
Sad that is. Okay, we go for a short break. When we come back, we'll look at what is happening in the newspapers. Plus, later on, we have a conversation with a young gentleman, 23-year-old, who's doing absolutely amazing stuff. Don't go away.
Watching EBN TV, transforming your world.
Are you thinking and wondering what next after KCSE examination? Baraka Technical College is the answer for your future. We are offering TVET and vocational courses at a very reasonable fee. Our courses are Building and Construction Technology, Video Shooting and Film Production and Event Planning, Hairdressing and Beauty, Plumbing and Pipe Fitting, Motor Vehicle Mechanic and Engineering, Electrical Installation, Welding and Publications, among others. Baraka is a Christian mission-sponsored college which started in 1991, and it has graduated over 15,000 students who are now self-reliant and have a better life today. Join us and train your hands to feed you for life.
EBN TV cares about the growth of your business. To advertise with us, call 0725 386 501 or 0740 653 453. EBN TV, transforming your world.
You are watching EBN TV, transforming your world.
From Nairobi, Kenya, this is EBN TV.
Walisema mnywa maji kwa mkono mmoja,
kiu yake pale pale, ndiposa tumekuletea wewe mtazamaji wetu
mkono mwingine ili kukata kiu yako na ari yako ya ufahamu.
Naam, ngoma imechezwa mtazamaji, basi hatuna budi kulisakata kukuletea wewe ufahamu wa kaunti yako,
tukiangazia masuala ya siasa na uongozi,
jamii na itikadi,
maendeleo na changamoto katika kaunti yako. Ungana nami Belinda William,
nami Emmanuel Marwa
kwenye makala ya Gatuzi Langu kila siku ya Jumatatu saa 5:30 hadi saa 6:30.
You are watching EBN TV, transforming your world.
Right, welcome back. Let's take a look at what's happening in the newspapers. The dailies, Uhuru factor in Matiang'i 2027 bid. Incidentally, it looks like, you know, one of the allies of the former or retired President Uhuru Kenyatta says that the president is planning to support the former Interior CS, Fred Matiang'i, to unseat President William Ruto in the 2027 election. So this is going to be a very tricky, interesting situation because Matiang'i might end up being a very, very powerful or strong candidate in 2027 if He's supported by Uhuru Kenyatta. Remember during the Gen Z's protest, quite a number of young people were calling for Matiang'i to vie for presidency. And I must say the popularity rating of the current president is not that high. The country has gone through difficult times, and I guess that's the reason why his ratings are not very, very good. And so this could be a major challenge for him. Then page 2, navigating Trump season 2, Africa experts predictions. And then on page 3, we have woman's sudden blindness sparked gospel revolution. Caroline Modoni's journey from darkness to light is one of the resilient faith, is one of resilience, faith, and triumph. That can be shocking. I mean, you wake up one morning and you're in darkness. And then we have Gachagua, expect my new party in 14 days. Then Badi Wandai, abandon cars for choppers. Where, my friend? Eh? Power is sweet, my friend. Eh? Opio Wandai and John Badi now are cruising in helicopters. Not even the V8 are sufficient. Unacheza nini? That's why I told you, I just don't trust politicians, because it's all about interests. Once they will make so much noise while on the other side, or once they get into a favorable position, they will utilize it to the utmost. Where? Helicopters. The back page of The Nation, you have Onana Horasho compounds Manchester United's misery on home ground. Brighton climbed to 9th place with victory at Old Trafford, 4 points off the top 4, leaving United in 13th. Manchester United in position 13th. The scoreboard today will be pretty interesting. As Mike, Manu basically go through exactly what happened and how these guys got themselves in that position. Where? Then in the Star, you got Ruto's big focus on jobs in 4.5 trillion budget. 4.5 trillion budget. President plans to hire 10,000 police officers, 22,000 teachers, and 3,500 seafarers. And then you have a situation where a man took his life at Homa Bay in-laws after quarrel with wife. These are all issues of mental health. I would advise you, think about it. If those thoughts keep on running in your mind, seek help. Because it really doesn't help taking your life like that. Ruto's major focus on jobs, we'll see. I won't isolate any community, President William Ruto says. And then the back page of the Star, cops keep chase, police coach Ndairangije over the moon after win over SEALs, put them in title race, police football club. Then we have the Standard newspaper. When the US sneezes, the world catches a cold. Today, Donald Trump gets sworn in for a second term, and the world is watching with bated breath. From peace missions to trade agreements, from immigrant deportation to health programs, a lot is at stake as the Republican becomes the most powerful man in the world. And then Ruto, you failed youth, you are now inciting. That's what President William Ruto is telling former President Uhuru Kenyatta. And then we got a story on who wanted government critic Richard Otieno dead. New rule gives students chance to retake KCSE exams in July. Contaminated milk strikes gathering 163 people taken ill. Then expectations high in Western Kenya as Ruto tours the region. Then the back page of the Standard, Red Devils are dead and buried. Ooh-wee. If you're wondering Red Devils are who, then you're definitely not a football fan. These are Manchester United. It has so many supporters. That's the thing. Manchester and Arsenal have so many supporters, and Manchester United is really performing badly. They are in position 13th. So I don't support any of them, by the way. I don't support Arsenal. I don't support Manchester United. I don't support any team in the EPL league. I'm not a supporter of any. I enjoy motor racing. That's what I enjoy most. I told people the reason why I vacated football is because one time I watched the football match between Arsenal and Barcelona. At that time, Ronaldinho was playing and Thierry Henry. And this thing almost, my heart was beating so fast. And I was alone in the sitting room watching this. My heart was beating so fast. And I decided, nah, I'm not going to lose my life. Sijui Roy mepiga baka umesimama because of football. 22 men chasing leather that has been pumped. I decided, out nature, and I left it. Anyway, don't go away, because in a couple of minutes we'll be talking to a young man who's basically transforming his world.
You are watching EBN TV.